I have just been looking through my YouTube channel in restricted mode to see if any videos that I've done have been blocked. Why would they? I just focus on a niche operating system and do computer security, with the odd bit of gaming. So if you go to the bottom of any page on YouTube, it'll tell you if you're in restricted mode. So restricted mode hides videos that contain inappropriate content that is flagged by users and other signals. Other signals being unknown. No filter is 100% accurate, but it should help you avoid most inappropriate content. Your restricted mode setting will apply to this browser only. So in total, 42 of my videos have been labelled restricted, and that is out of 602 videos on my channel. So in this video, I'm going to go through the list and take a look at what has been blocked and what has not been blocked. I've been inspired by TLDR, or TLDR, for this video. And whilst we may not get an answer for why videos on my specific channel have been blocked, it may help get an answer to the wider question, just how is YouTube restricted mode working? Is it what you say in the video, or is it the contents of the description and title? So starting with the most recent, and perhaps this is where I have been getting an inkling that something's been wrong, WikiLeaks Vault 7 CIA leak. That video has not received as many views as I would have expected it to have done, 3,800, and most of those views came very quickly, which is generally an indication of subscriber views. A continuous build-up after the first week is more indicative of search result views. In comparison, the video I did, The Truth About Munich Ditching Linux, has continued to rise in the number of views, so up to 7,000 views there. I suppose in comparison to any other Week of Linux news video, then 3,800 is sort of roughly comparable. Some have been lower, some have been higher. Moving along. Cracking the 12+ character passwords. In that video, I just read through a blog about the theory of cracking 12+ character passwords. It was mostly to do with dictionary attacks. But it was more of an educational video because it gives you an idea about how to choose a password and avoid one that was very easily crackable. This one I can kind of understand, the Linux desktop share usage at 3%. It was because the source I took for that figure there came from a not safe for work website, although the statistics themselves and everything I showed in the video was completely safe for work. Again, it's not done as well on the view count as I thought it would have done. It kind of did well initially, but perhaps as YouTube's restricted mode has become more efficient and, let's say, blocking more videos, that view count has dropped off. In comparison, we are allowed to talk about how a certain operating system can be spyware. Yes, that is perfectly safe to talk about. The UK government blocking access to adult sites. Yeah, that video I can understand because, well, I don't know. Some of the things I was reading out were adult related, but it did come from a newspaper, so it was actually freely accessible online. Security news, Dirty Cow, serious Linux exploit. Nope, not allowed to talk about that. Well, at least not allowed to talk about it in detail because I also mentioned that in the following episode in the Week of Linux News, and that was perfectly fine to talk about. I did go into more detail in the video that is blocked. Wow, nothing blocked on this page. Take note that some of these gaming videos are allowed, in particular that one with, well, it's not an adult thumbnail, but she's not exactly well clothed. And we also are allowed to talk about how to choose a password, we're just not allowed to talk about how to attack passwords. Talking about Quake is an absolute no-no. Do not do that. Every single Quake video on my channel is blocked. Well, except for one, but I'll come to that later in the video. So Quake is a mature rated game, but with the old-fashioned graphics, yeah, it's really nothing in comparison to modern shoot-em-ups, which are pretty graphical and gory, especially for children, but yeah, I'm sure lots of children play those modern games, don't they? Interestingly, we're allowed to talk about suicide, a gaming video, and running deadly commands in Linux. They're all okay. Another gaming video that was perfectly fine. More deadly commands in Linux, yep, allowed to talk about those. And we're allowed to talk about the cybercrime agency scam. Why am I mentioning these right now? Well, it will make more sense later in the video when you'll see some of the other things that are blocked. Another gaming video is blocked, this time a space shoot 'em up. I played Super LSD when I was very young. I think I played the European version in this video, not the Japanese version, which does have a little bit of artwork in, but in comparison to the artwork I have in my videos, yeah, it's nothing, so I don't know why it is blocked. But we can talk about how Windows 10 is free for pirates. I can talk about how to create a retro gaming system, and we can talk about Super Tux Kart. That's a game, and I don't think any of the Super Tux Kart videos have been blocked. Well, there's a common theme here. All Quake videos, well, Malice is a mission pack for Quake 1. There's a game featured in this video on the borderless webcam effects, but the video itself is perfectly fine. Well, nothing on this page is blocked, although interestingly Couch Potato is still on there, and that is for downloading movies off torrents and Usenet. Some edgy backgrounds are allowed, so it's not exactly looking at the content visually. Incidentally, I have stopped using those sort of backgrounds now in my videos. Yeah, they were fun at the time, but I guess we should move along and grow up. That's boring, isn't it? I don't want to grow up. No, I should really. So nothing blocked here. Sickbeard is okay to talk about. That is another downloader for torrents and Usenet. Actually, can it do torrents? Can't remember. But anyway, yeah, point is it's another downloader. How to install a keylogger in Ubuntu. Yep, we can talk about that. A review of Sickbeard and Couch Potato. Talking about torrents here. A gaming video. Linux Mint correctly accused of being insecure. See, I was talking about that 3 years ago. But don't think I wasn't picking on Ubuntu, because I was. Oh, this page is a disaster zone. The Amnesia, a Machine for Pigs game. I believe Amnesia is a mature game. In fact, I should never have really done these videos. I thought they would do better than they did, but yeah, they didn't. I thought it would be good to play for a horror game without jumping or being scared, because some of those videos really annoy me. Yeah, it's funny laughing at people who get scared in games, but I just wanted to play for it without being scared. And we've also got Zonetic being blocked at the bottom there. Zonetic is a modern free open source version of Quake 3 Arena. A lot fancier on the graphics, there's no mature content in it, but I suppose the overall aspect of being a shoot 'em up may make it a more mature game. So Quake 1 Disillusion of Eternity, nope, can't talk about that, but you can talk about how to use the Dark Places engine with Quake 1. So I can talk about how to get a game going, but not play the game. Retro Gaming Blood 1, well, that's both a game and a rather crude title, I guess. Blood, that's not a nice thing to talk about, but it is the game's title. And the game Quake 2, yeah, that's blocked. My fail against computer scammers. No, not allowed to talk about scammers. Contrary to earlier where there was a video I talked about scammers. I record a conversation with a Filipino scammer in this video. There's nothing mature, there's no swear words in it, so I don't understand why it has been blocked. I would count that as a purely educational video. In fact, as you can see with the closed caption mark there is an actual transcript of what is said in the video, so I don't know why it is blocked. So yeah, pass. Look at some of the things that are allowed. How to extract the M2TS files from Blu-rays. How to install the Super Repo add-on in XBMC, I know it's Kodi now. Connecting the PS3 controller in XBMC. They're all fine. How to play Blu-rays in Linux. Yep, that's good to talk about. Don't talk about Half-Life or Portal though. I don't believe there is any age restriction on Portal. There's no shooting in it, it's just a puzzle game. Very much suitable for children. Talking about scam comments on YouTube is not allowed. So that was talking about the comments that you've won an iPhone or an iPad. Come on, that's an educational video there. It's not like they've blocked all educational videos. Look, these bash tutorials are allowed. And incidentally, I do mean to pick up this series again and continue it. I just keep forgetting about it and haven't got around to it. Kali Linux is allowed, but I do question whether some of these tutorial videos are going to be allowed. I'll discuss that more later on in the video. Super Tux, game for kids, yep, that's okay. Another Super Tux Kart video. Yes, that's okay as well. Tails is okay to talk about. The Amnesic Incognito Live System, basically using a Tor browser on a live distro. I can show a Raspberry Pi as an XBMC media player with some guy who's about to jump off a building. Closure Game is okay to talk about, but Trine 2 is not. Trine 2 is just a fantasy game. There is no violence in it at all. But I can do a test recording of Trine 2, that's okay. Yeah. What? That doesn't make any sense. Another space shoot-'em-up game is allowed, Shumapacabra. So I'm not allowed to show a Raspberry Pi as a torrenter, but I can have a tutorial on how to set it up to do torrenting. Okay. A retro game emulator there, and I think I showed at least a couple of old Atari 2600 games. World of Goo, that's a well-known game. Jamestown, space shoot-'em-up, that's a game there, that's okay. Oh, and Super Tux Kart. Hot Babe CPU monitor. Now I completely understand this game not appearing. In fact, I have specified that video can only be viewed by adults only, so you have to log into YouTube and be older than 18 to see that video. So how to set up SAB NZBD to download from Usenet, that's allowed. Torrents versus Usenet, comparison between the two, that is allowed. And I can talk about how I'm not paying for the BBC TV licence anymore. BT's blocking of the Pirate Bay is too easy to circumvent. Yes, that is allowed. I'm allowed to talk about how Linus Torvalds gives a one-finger salute to NVIDIA, but not allowed to show the game Amnesia, A Dark Descent. Now that game is quite frightening, so I can understand that one. So we're really getting back into the depths of old videos on my channels 5 years ago. An attack against Windows 8, yes, that's allowed. Gaming in Linux, Quake 1, as we've seen, is not allowed. Zonetic, no. Grand Theft Auto, no. Trolling the Indian phone scamming video, the most viewed video on my channel, not allowed. With the Trolling the Indian phone scamming video, I keep the Indian phone scammer on the phone for about 30 minutes, of which there is 15 minutes footage in the video. There's no swearing in it. It's purely educational, and all that happens is when I get to the end of the video and he asks for my credit card information, I just turn around and say, no, this is a scam. Funny enough, I've been wondering why the view count has been dropping off on that video. I guess this restricted mode may offer some explanation for that. But look what else is allowed on this page. How to rip or copy DVDs in Ubuntu, Qubit Torrent, torrent downloader, malware and viruses in Linux, that's allowed, and a rather scantily clad dressed lady there on the thumbnail of that video unboxing and review of verbatim 2TB USB 3 disk. Nothing blocked on this page, but I wonder why steganography, the hiding of data inside pictures or sound files, that's not been picked up, so that's allowed. And finally, the last page. So Cube 2 Sauerbraten, Justice Edition, that's not allowed, but there's a couple of other games on the page which are, Zaz and Suspended Sentence. And that is it. There are a few older videos, but I have removed them. So as you can see, it is having an impact. It is not that Google are stopping creators from putting videos up on the YouTube platform, but preventing views of the video does ultimately hurt the creators. You have the loss of ad revenue and revenue derived from other means. If people cannot see the content, then the creator loses out. It puts in jeopardy a video I was planning to do on how to hack a Wi-Fi network and also how to defend against the attack. It was going to be an educational video and to do with Kali Linux. For that video, I'm planning on buying a new router. I have artwork to do. It's going to require a lot of preparation. It's going to be a few hours spent making this video. If I put it up and it only receives about 3,000 views, which roughly speaking will, that's possibly worth between about £1 to £2, that's nothing. I guess there is only one way I'm going to find out. The fact that the Kali videos are still up on my channel shows I can talk about it. But then again, the password cracking is blocked. So, look, I don't know. There's only one way I'm going to find out, and that is to try it. My theory is that YouTube are picking up on words within the transcripts. I don't know whether it's the automated transcripts or manual transcripts, because as you can see on that WikiLeaks video, I have uploaded my own transcript, an accurate representation of what I have spoken in that video. Looking at some of the questionable backgrounds I've had in my older videos, this blocking doesn't appear to be based on what is in the video visually. I guess when you're looking at a comparison of all videos on YouTube, of which there are a massive amount, a visual analysis could be almost impossible, versus a transcript analysis that is more feasible. Now it makes me wonder if it's possible to manipulate it if it is via the transcript. So if you've got a questionable video you're going to upload, then could you upload a completely different transcript to it? I don't know. I guess it requires more experimentation from the community. Of course, Google are never going to reveal the exact method used, so it is up to the community to reverse engineer it. Well, if you've made it this far in the video, thanks for watching, and as always, I shall see you all later.